Welcome back to Rayden's Armory, everybody, and today I wanted to talk about a crazy knife, and this is going to be the Cold Steel Espada XL, and this knife is absolutely insane. People always talk about this as being the pocket sword. It was even shown in the Expendables movie by Jason Statham whipping it out and throwing it. It's pretty cool. It's a knife that's kind of been legendary in the knife industry, especially with cold steel and all that. This is actually one I got before the GSM purchase of Cold Steel. This is when Lynn Thompson still owned the company. As you can see, the symbol's still the same there, and I remember getting it. It's pretty cool. It's still an Austin A, it's still made in Taiwan and all that. It was just the run before the purchase. This knife is so big I can't fit it in the camera, but I'm going to still show you guys all the details on this awesome knife. Truly is awesome in size, in use, in cutting power. And honestly, it's really surprising how it can fit in the pocket and still be able to be a knife, or a sword in this case. It is, apparently, this is based off of the Navaja, which was a Spanish huge short sword that was used by the Spaniards during the takeover of the Moors who were over the Spanish territory at the time. They made swords illegal, and I guess the Spanish people created these things called navajas, which were these folding short swords, and this is kind of what that's modeled after. It's got this huge trailing point blade, the Stonewash Austin A blade, huge trailing point. It's got a pretty good, fairly thick tip, but it's also pretty not delicate, but it's pretty somewhat precise in a way. It doesn't come out to a needle point, as you can see, but it does come out to a pretty pronounced point. It is has this huge clip, also extends right here to this kind of peak right here, goes back down, and it kind of accentuates with this larger drop off here with the pocket snaggletooth type, the square thing that Andrew Demko created. I forgot the name of it, but the blade also comes out here with this continual belly. It's like all belly. There's like no straight edge on this thing. Pretty cool. This is a 7.5-inch blade. This blade is bigger than a lot of like popular knives. Like if I just take out like the ProTech Malibu right now, as you guys know, this is a pretty popular blade. Yeah. See? It's crazy. But it's cool. And that's kind of why they made it, because it's cool. And it's kind of something that can be really cool in someone's collection, and I guess backyard cutting. Also just crazy tactical, awesome samurai stuff that people do in the modern day, the Americans do in their backyards and stuff. But yeah, pretty cool. It's also really strong. It's kind of a feat of strength they were able to do. This thing holds like 800 pounds or something crazy. This tri-lock is the biggest, like one of the biggest tri-locks that they make. The huge pivot and everything that they did, the stop pins and all that are just crazy. It also has aluminum backing it up right here, with aluminum backspacer that goes all the way down here with this crazy huge G10 handle. It's a really cool G10. I like that this was the updated version right before they sold it to GSM. They actually made this kind of filed down. It is more of it's still the peel ply G10, but it's not super rough like you see on the Recon 1. You see it on the old AK-47 one, and the old American Lawman that they did back in the day. They were rough G10. The Recon 1's still the rough G10, but this is kind of smoothed out. Pretty cool. It comes in a whole bunch of colors now since GSM owns them. They come in like green and red with DLC, orange, and all sorts of different colors now. But this is just the standard black one that they had at the time. Pretty cool. Yeah. I've also cut like branches with this thing and stuff. I've cut bottles with this. I've cut like mailing tubes and stuff. And this Austin A actually holds up pretty well, but considering it's like going through softer targets, I imagine it's going to do pretty well. And since Austin A is a pretty tough steel, pretty comparable to VG10, popularized with Spyderco and like Almar knives and stuff like that. VG10's a fairly good, well-rounded like budget steel. But since this is such a huge blade, you're not going to really worry too much whether this is going to be, the old XHP. That would be cool if this was an old XHP blade that they used to do, but, it's not going to be like their Magna Cut or anything like that. that you see nowadays with the cool knives. But yeah, it's still gonna do the job. Still gonna slice people, you know, or I mean not people, but you know, water bottles and stuff like that. It's still gonna just do crazy quick work with that. As you can see, the handle has a million different grips. You have this cool almost pistol grip here that comes out with this this hook right here that holds down to your pinky, kind of like kukris and stuff have somewhat of that, but it's also pistol like shape. It also has like this true sub hilt right here that has your finger indexed right there. You can hold it right there. You can also hold it right here in this grip, this standard saber grip. So pretty cool. I guess if you're gonna, you know, do feather sticks or something, you could do that right there on that huge ricosta that you have, the huge blank spot. So pretty cool. How's the action on this thing? It's interesting. It's the triad lock, so you're gonna have to press down pretty hard, and then it's gonna, you know, do kind of the old classic French guillotine action right there. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. You know, it's pretty smooth. It's like on phosphor bronze washers, so it's not gonna be too bad. Just gotta be careful. Make sure you do 2 hands or whatever. Don't go too crazy, and you know, and lose your hand or something crazy like that. Pocket clip goes down pretty far, but since this knife's like a foot long, you're gonna need a fairly big pocket clip, and you're gonna need some sticking out, especially since they want you to be able to grab it and then partner up with the pocket snag right here. Yeah, and that's kind of the mentality that they had with this, at least with this design. Also has a spot here for the left-handed people, since it's the true ambidextrous knife, since it is the triad lock, and this is I guess this is an opener that you could do. You could open one-handed. Don't recommend that too. It's not super comfortable to do that. You're better off just shaking it out, or when I say shaking it out, like whipping it out, or you're gonna do 2-handed, right? So pretty cool. But yeah, it's definitely a staple in the knife community. And it's actually one of my favorite knives, and I say that because it's just so fun. It's so fun. It's really cool. It's very interesting, and I think it's almost mythical in a way. It's something you see out of like Lord of the Rings, like sidearm or something that Aragorn would have, or something crazy like that. Of course, they won't have the triad lock in Middle Earth or anything like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know why there's T6 hardware on there. That's ridiculous. It should be like T10 all across the body here. That's silly. That was just kind of a goofball move. But it doesn't seem, I don't think they've updated that, so that's just kind of the way it is. T6, it strips really easily, so that's kind of a bummer. But I'm not going to plan on ever taking this thing apart, since it doesn't really need a whole lot of maintenance. Phosphor bronze washers, triad lock is not going to need a whole lot of maintenance. So, and it's not like I'm going to be throwing this in the sand dunes of a desert or something like that. So, should be pretty good. It's going to be good as a really cool, fun carry. Of course, it's not going to be legal for 85% of the people. But if it is, it's honestly pretty sick. I think it's awesome, especially, you know, since I'm a knife guy, I really enjoy carrying cool stuff like this. I never said it was practical, but it's awesome. It's cool. That's why I like it. And I think it's a lot of fun. I just enjoy holding it, carrying it, slicing like water bottles and stuff is always fun. You could absolutely use this as a knife. You can also absolutely use this as a really overkill self-defense tool. That's not ever, I'm not recommending that or anything like that, but it is, I'm not going to say it's not able to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's also definitely an absolute beast and a monster in the pocket. It's going to be, I think, like 12 ounces or 11 ounces. This G10 one's a little bit thinner than the aluminum polished G10 ones, which look pretty sick, by the way. Those are like 16 ounces. But, yeah, they're a lot more carryable. I've carried this in the waistband before just to try it out and carry it around and stuff like that, just to, you know, feel cool while I do it. That's a little uncomfortable with this pocket snag right here. It can be done, but honestly, I think if you're going to carry this, just do it in the front pocket. It works the best that way. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. I just wanted to kind of share this with you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. I love this blade. I love talking about cool blades like this. I'm a knife guy, so I like all different types of stuff, but make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell, comment. Love to hear your guys' thoughts, and please make sure to tune in to the channel. And I'm going to be posting more videos like this. If you enjoyed it, please tell me how you liked it on the bottom in the comment section. Check the link. I also have different links and stuff for knife retailers I shop at. I also have a handful of different promotional codes and stuff like that. We can get a little bit of discount and save a little money. You also help the channel, so I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. God bless you.